violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
A developing story. Police say a fight involving teenagers ended with 3 people being shot and a 16-year-old is now dead.
Hey, she pretty tough. Let's go.
It happened near the Atlanta Fair in Southwest Atlanta overnight. Channel 2's Justin Carter is live there on Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard in Southwest Atlanta. And Justin, investigators are trying to figure out if more people were involved in this incident.
Think about that. A 16-year-old shot and killed at the fair. The fair. Where they got cotton candy. They might have some funnel cakes, some popcorn, roller coasters, Ferris wheels. It's supposed to be a good vibe, somewhere you could take your family to. And you pull up, and it's 30 super gremlins hooking, all of them with their pants below their waist. And then gunfire erupts.
Yeah, Kristen, homicide investigators say that they are off to a decent start. There were several scenes here. We're at a very popular intersection. Just want to kind of spin the camera here. We're right near the Atlanta Fair, so it's a very busy area. It definitely was last night. And then behind me, you can see this BP gas station, Ralph David Abernathy. Police say right now they have solid surveillance video as we zoom into those cameras there as they work to solve this case.
Investigators Saturday night processing at least 3 different scenes, and this is one of them, the corner of Bass and Pryor Street in Southwest Atlanta near Central Avenue. Police say a 14-year-old, 16-year-old, and a 19-year-old were all shot around 9:30 Saturday night.
Damn, and these are all teenagers getting shot. And I did the stream on Ramil's show. Shout out to Ramil Reloaded. Y'all go subscribe to him. I mean, I'm trying to talk about this, and there's really resistance from the community as a whole. Like nobody wants to talk about it. It's weird that teenagers can get shot, and if we talk about it, you're a bad person.
In Southwest Atlanta near
or you hate yourself.
Central Avenue. Police say a 14-year-old, 16-year-old, and a 19-year-old were all shot around 9:30 Saturday night. They say it started with a dispute about something, which then turned into a fight, and then the shots started. The 16-year-old, we're told, did not survive this. The 14-year-old and 19-year-old also shot. They were taken to the hospital. They are in stable condition. Now, at this point, police say it's too early to tell if others were involved. And that is what's the focus right now.
This is Atlanta. This is supposed to be Wakanda. And you're really trying to convince me that this isn't a war zone. And you go to the fair and the fair gets shot up. I'm trying to tell you, these super gremlins are on demon time.
We're 3 separate incident locations, and we are still working through every one of those scenes to make sure that we gather all items of evidentiary value. But we have recovered some ballistic evidence, and we have also assessed, beginning to assess some surveillance video that we're working through at this time as well.
And Kristen, so far, no arrests have been made, but if you know anything at all, police want you to give them a call. For now, reporting live here at Southwest Atlanta, Justin Carter, Channel 2 Action News, Sunday AM.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Chaos late Saturday night and early Sunday morning with at least 4 shootings and a stabbing investigated by police. The largest incident, a deadly shooting late Saturday night near the Atlanta Fair. Police were called to a gas station around Central Avenue and Bass Street. They're telling us it was one of 3 different crime scenes they found.
That's not even the only shooting that night. This is nonstop in the A, y'all. That's not even the only shooting that night. The nightclub Vivid got shot up. Nobody in the community is talking about it. But if I say that Atlanta is having some serious crime problem and it's coming from a lot of these super gremlins on Demon Time, I'm looked at with a side eye.
Found when they answered a 911 call reporting a shooting. When they arrived, they found 16-year-old who had died from his injuries. Today, the Fulton County Medical Examiner has identified the victim as 16-year-old Joshua Adetunji. 2 other teenagers, ages 14 and 19, were also shot. 11 Alive's Dawn White has been on the story since the shooting happened. She joins us now live from the fairgrounds with the very latest. Dawn, what can you tell us?
Well, Caitlin, the shooting happened about a block away from the Atlanta Fair here, and although it is not directly connected to the fair, the management here does tell me that they are taking extra steps to make sure that fairgoers are safe. And this shooting happened about a block away from here up the street that is along Pryor Street. Some of the new things include requiring anyone under 18 years old to have a parent or a guardian with them to make sure adults are responsible for their kids and teens. Before the shooting, kids over 16 could come alone, but that has changed. No weapons or backpacks are allowed and all bags are checked. Peachtree Rides, which runs the Atlanta Fair, has its own security, and it's increasing that in addition to Atlanta police beefing up its presence.
Man, all these security measures for a fair. That's why I say super gremlins are ushering in the next wave of the surveillance state, because you wouldn't really need all this if it was a safe environment and everybody was looking out for each other. And this is how you could tell there's really no unity, because no arrests have been made. If I'm not mistaken, nobody is telling on these super gremlins who did this. And, you know, the police are having to rely on surveillance footage when I'm sure there were plenty of people there.
We try to, make everything safe for everybody. Unfortunately, it happened outside our perimeter. The local police department has expanded their patrolling area, continuous patrols.
The names of the 19 and the 14-year-old who were shot have not yet been released. Fortunately, they are in stable condition and they are expected to survive. Live in Atlanta, I'm Dawn White, 11 Alive News.
So this evening at approximately 9:30 p.m., our officers responded to Central and Bass in reference to a person shot. Upon arrival, officers did in fact locate an individual that had been shot. The officers did work quickly to try to render aid to that individual on scene. Unfortunately, he did succumb to his injuries and was pronounced deceased on scene. So what we learned subsequent to that is that a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, as well as a 19-year-old were shot on scene. 2 of those individuals were transported to the hospital, and our 16-year-old did succumb to his injuries here on scene.
And those individuals who were shot, they probably know who shot them, or it could be random, but I'm assuming they know who shot them. Probably seen them dudes. It was a prior beef, it was on site, and there you have it. So they could do something to to solve this issue and get justice for their friend, but will they? Not likely.
We're still in the early stages of the investigation. We have recovered a substantial amount of ballistic evidence here on scene, as well as some electronic evidence that we do believe contains some evidentiary value.
What do you believe led up to the shooting, or just the cause behind it?
Unfortunately, once again, this is an escalating dispute. This is individuals that engaged in a physical altercation, and subsequent to that, there was weapons that were brandished and there were shots that were fired. So once again, this is an escalating dispute.
And these dudes don't even care. They're willing to put children's lives at risk. They're right by the fair. It's crazy out here, y'all.
Resulted in a 16-year-old being shot and killed there on scene.
All right, guys. So I actually found a small snippet of the fight that broke out at the fair, and maybe some of these super gremlins in the fight video could be identified and maybe help with the investigation, as they should. But look at people filming, egging on, instigating, laughing about the situation. I mean, there's no sense of fear, especially in the people who are not involved. So I want you guys to pay attention to that. Like, people are just moving around watching the fight as if this is something that could be condoned. And I saw this a lot at school, where people would sit around and watch the fight and egg it on. And I guess that's just something that we as humans do. We want to see the conflict because it's exciting. But just know, if you're one of those people who are watching and maybe even instigating some of these interactions, just know if there are super gremlins involved, gunfire is going to start ringing out. These dudes ain't fighting no more. And if I say that these dudes ain't fighting no more, then I'm the bad guy. But then if like a hood rapper or some dude who got a mixtape dropping says it, he's praising, oh, he right, bro. He on some real stuff. So, it is what it is.
They is dead ass shooting in this bitch. This is so ghetto. Baby, get us out of here.
She said it. I ain't say it. She said it. So is she a sellout for saying that? She called all them folks in there ghetto. She called all them folks ghetto, and they was fighting with the security guards. If there was an armed security guard and he shot one of them, protests at the fair.
They is dead ass shooting in this bitch. This is so ghetto. Baby, get us out of here.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.